Okay, so I realized that I hear a lot of players who don't know shit about the game, and yet they tell others stuff that simply isn't true. Basically, people are saying, "Oh, you need a chromatic seal to get 700 gear score." That is so not true. You can craft with shards of pride. You get those by killing players in open world PvP. So you can do the influence races to get those, for example, or just maybe capturing defending forts and stuff like that. Although I would recommend just doing the races instead. It's easier to get shards that way. There's more action. There are other ways, of course. You could loot the bags that you get from killing players. You can loot 700 gear score that way. I haven't seen it from OPR or Arena caches, but I'm assuming you can. I don't know if someone can confirm that. Anyway, there's also the what's the name, gypsum killing. That if you have materia, the dense mutator materia, for example, or also the dense materia from the different expeditions. You can get 700 gear score items that way for free, as most people know by now. Um, there's, obviously the Azaf Inductor, Chromatic Seal crafting that I believe most people know about. And then there's also Bestial. So Bestial crafting, you can get pieces like that, which I crafted myself. It's nothing crazy right now. It's a PvE set I made for Great Axe and Great Sword. And it only cost me um, I want to see 5 rolls per item maximum, and I got what I would consider close to best in slot or best in slot depending on how you play for my build. And anyway, so yeah, about 15 to 20k per piece, and I also crafted some weapons. Like a PvE bow in that case, a PvP spear that isn't Scorpion. So if I want to use another artifact, for example, the finisher that works, that's a PvE spear, a PvE great axe, and I crafted a bunch of items like that. And actually, let me show you. Um, those are some of the crafts I got. Nothing crazy. Um, but you still force one perk, you're guaranteed get the attributes you want, and just give you um, a quick overview of the shards of pride. You can actually buy those. I would not suggest to do so. One second, I need to find them. I believe they're in commander tier question mark. Yeah. So you see, it's way too expensive in my opinion to buy those. But if you do PvP, you can get them from killing players, or I know it's a crazy hack I'm showing you, but you can also buy them on the trading post. Right now they somewhat expensive. I bought mine for way cheaper, which allowed me to actually I don't want to see make a profit, but as you can see, all those replica shoes, hats, and all that good stuff, leather gloves. It's all stuff I crafted. Actually, I'll show you some rolls. So I forced explosive arrow in that case. One thing you need to know about replica crafting, the attributes are not weighted, so you can get anything at an equal chance, and so you have to choose between forcing the attribute or one perk. I chose to force one perk, and so in that case I forced shrinking heals. In that case also empowering explosive arrow. In that case it's not that bad because strength is used by bow users now, because of the light and heavy attack um, bonus damage that you get on 25 and 50 nodes. I forced arcane harnessing on that. Same thing, same thing. So, by the way, those are not exceptional rolls. They're just very, very normal rolls. I kept the best ones for myself, and I'm still using them. So I'll show you in a second what I kept and I'm still using. So you can see that I got about, I don't know, 2 to 10K for those items, but like actually one sold for 12. Um, the thing is, I I made my money back and then some, and I also got to keep the best rolls for myself. And I got that amulet from just doing some PvP. It's nothing crazy, but apparently someone thought it was worth what I sold it for, which is 17.5K. So I also crafted this helm. I know it's not perfect. A critical retribution is not what I'm looking for. A chest could easily be better. Sturdy energy is not something I'm really using, but I crafted it to test powder burn on the armor instead of weapon, and I actually like it. Um, I crafted that. Omnidirectional evade. Those boots. I forced harnessing. And actually, so, oh, there's Bestial crafting. If you've seen my last video, I'm actually crafting a best in slot musket for about 80,000, and that means that by crafting the way I do, I get to keep my chromatic seals. And by the way, I would have, I don't know, 4 or 5 more. I was bugged as a marauder, and so you would see even more of those in my inventory if I wasn't bugged. Um, there's something I want to show. I'm forgetting about something. Oh yeah. So how do you craft those? Well, I already explained in my previous video, but I'll explain it again. So you get the global crafting bonus from the Morning Delve port. If your faction controls it, of course. Then you pop your buff food of plus 15. You wear your whole outfit, I should say, for crafting with the earring, of course. You don't want to forget that. And then you only have to force 2 prismatic um, materials. And I'll actually make a craft in real time for you. I know the production quality is so good. So just type replica. Oh, also, why would you choose between? Okay, yeah. That's I should show that before I show that. Um, so Bestial crafting. I don't really want to switch my gear, but yeah, I'll do it. Let's not be lazy for the video. You guys deserve it, I guess. Okay, so armor, I equip it, and I did it twice. Okay, so food. Armoring. Yes. Just wanna show Bestial. Okay. So the thing with Bestial, it's nice, but you don't have access. Well, you cannot change the attributes. So what that means is light armor comes with intelligence focus. There is no way around it. That's what you're gonna get. The thing is, you still get to just as an example, the chests are actually more expensive to craft than the others. So you would have then Rithing Seedling. You get those from the expedition if you don't want to buy them. Savage Divide, or you can just buy them at the trading post. Let's check the price. Actually, I'll make you know a more exhaustive video than usual. Uh, so okay, well they went way up since I bought them. I bought maybe a few too many. I don't even need that many. Um, so yeah, um, they were 20 to 40 each when I bought them. Now they're like 58 and plus. Anyway, so Bestial. The thing I want to say with Bestial is, well, you get 700 pieces and you only have to use 2 prismatic materials, as you can see. If I was to use those, then you can choose one perk because, as I said, the attributes are locked in. And so, let's say, um, I don't know, like whatever you want to force shrinking heals. If it's I don't know, maybe it's a PvP set and you don't want health, or I don't know yet. Maybe no, sorry, that's I'm mixing two sets. The replicas don't have health, but the Bestial does anyway. So um, so you have the whole light set, but you also have medium, and medium comes with strength and dexterity, and in my opinion, that's really good for a hatchet, great axe, even great sword, and I'm sure some other builds like maybe sword and shield. Some medium spear build could use that too. Those attributes for sure. Anyway, it's just very cheap and very convenient to craft. And like the shoes, for example, like look at that. You're spending not even 1.5k, and you have a 700 gear score piece. Obviously, you need the trophies, you need everything else, but and no, not to craft, of course. The thing with replicas, and for some people that might be the best way to go about crafting 700 gear score, and that's why I chose that actually for my musket set. Um, the thing I like about it is you cannot roll health, and for many builds that's a downside. But for muskets, it's actually good in my opinion because you don't have a lot of HP. So getting a percentage, of HP, it's not that good. I would rather have elemental aversion or even enchanted ward, or weapon perks actually in priority, or even the harnessing perks that give damage. Anyway, that's just how I play musket. Um, so I'm sure there's something I'm missing. Just one second. Wow, I could type. Yeah, when you craft the replica, make sure to only choose two prismatic materials. Make sure that you choose the ones in lower quantities, and also or the cheapest ones, depending on the case. Um, and then you force a perk. The attributes are random. Um, and I know quite a few people have been crafting weapons, and that's what I'm gonna do um, with the replicas right now. And actually, you could make a decent profit doing those. Just one second. So engineering. I need to put my food and engineering. Make sure you still have control of the port. Make sure that you paid your taxes and um, that you have your trophies equipped. Then one more thing. Yeah, well, your gear set. The crafting gear, of course. Okay, so if I want to craft a spear, yeah, and I can type. Okay, so replica, which is that one. So, actually, the planks are cheaper than the ingots, even though there's Asmodeum for that one. And prismatic leather. You see, 700 gear score. Once you put the Azoth, everything will be guaranteed. I got 4 rolls right now. I'm going to force. Where's it? Enfeebling Skewer. Max Azoth, of course. I'm gonna do 4. Um, and I'm spending about. So that's 7. Let's say 7.5. And matches it to. Okay, so that's about 10k per roll. Um, and I can guarantee a 700 gear score, PvE, spear. The thing about replicas, you can trade them, as you saw in the beginning of the video. Actually, I'll just do one before I do the rest because I didn't craft a spear yet with replicas, and interesting for PvP, I should say. Um, like some kind of a support spear build for your group. Um, Actually, okay, it's interesting. So, as you see, fine on equip. Let's do more. So, Replica. And I got strength. I believe weapons are weighted, but the armor isn't for replicas. So depending on what skills, what the weapon skills with, it's like 50% to get those or something like that. So crafting weapons might be better for replicas than gear, depending on what you need. In my case, I wanted replicas for gear because, like I said, musket, I wanted to um, avoid the elf perk, and so that's why I chose that. Okay, podium, that. Make sure you double check the gear score. That should tell you if something's wrong. Enfeebling skewer, max Aza, and just make it 3 at a time. Let's not waste our time. Is there something missing? No? Okay, good luck. Dex, strength, please. Yeah, keen, enchanted, enfeebling skewer. That's really nice for PvE. Um, more of a PvP one, of course. Um, I could see people using that. I mean, all 3 skills are useful. Okay, strength dex is all right. At least I got some decent rolls on the attributes. That one, not the best, but you know what? Everything's gonna sell for a profit, at least right now, before I release the video. I don't think many people know about those methods, and that's why I'm making this video. I see, like I said at the beginning of the video, a lot of people just spreading misinformation, complaining that, you know, you can only get 700 gear score by using seals, and seals are gated behind the 24-hour cooldown. But no, that's a that's a lie. You can craft replicas, you can craft bestial armor, and I haven't seen it. Sorry, showed it, but that's actually what I did to craft my PvE weapons for really cheap, actually. Believe it or not, and I'll show them again really quickly. That cost me 2 rolls, and I'll show you what 1 roll costs. It's very cheap. One sec. That one actually took me like 20. I believe I got unlucky, but I was also looking for something very specific. That one cost me 5 rolls, and that one was just a few, maybe 572. Um, that was like 3 rolls, 5 rolls, and then 3, if I remember correctly. And so visual crafting, just show again. So spear, you would just choose spear. I don't have the everything seeding. Oh, by the way, for weapons, you need crystalline fur. They went for like 100 to 200 each, so it's really negligible in the cost. But anyway, the thing with Bestial is it's bind on pickup. You need to keep that in mind. It's not like the replicas that you can sell for profit. So if you're crafting with Bestial, you're crafting for yourself. So they are cheaper to craft, and so you would choose Asmodeum because, of course, the prismatic ingots are way more expensive. So you see 700 gear score, you would choose the perk you want, Enfeebling Skewer, for example, Max Diazath, and you could craft. It's that simple. So yeah, I hope that you see more value in crafting now. I know that a ton of people are just complaining, odds crafters cannot make a profit right now. I'm not trying to make a profit, and I actually make a profit crafting, and I still keep the best gear for myself, and I don't have to use chromatic seals to craft. Of course, it's actually really expensive to get all the trophies, the crafting gear, um, and all that to be able to afford those crafting methods. But I just want you to know that um, there are more options available to you to craft. You're not gated behind the chromatic seal. And before I repeat myself, I'll just stop the video there, and I'll do some more crafting next and maybe a few PvP clips. So anyway, I hope that you learned something. Maybe you'll find some new methods of making money. I know some people are crafting fire staves and stuff like that with the shards, and it's actually quite profitable right now. So I'm sorry if I just killed your crafting method, your profit method, whoever you are. But yeah, I know that Arcana crafting with replicas is a thing right now. Not a lot of people are doing it, and the few that are doing it are making a lot of money.